Okay, welcome to the Techniques program. I'm Mr. Bach for the Safety 1051 course, Safety 1051, SFTY 1051. So this is our main class portal and quick navigation through this. Alright, so here is our class portal, as I said, content and student items. That is going to be your roadmap for our course and pretty much for all the other courses as well, according to the class portals. So again, I'm going to go and start up the class portal first, and first thing, under the content you're going to find the course outline. Now the one that is there now is from last year, and it's going to be updated anytime soon. But for the time being, what I have done is I have uploaded the course plan for us under the student items right here. Okay, student items, and it's under the housekeeping items. So I put the housekeeping here. So I'm going to click on that. Now we have three items here so far. So here you have the course plan that you have, and if you click on that, that's what you're going to get, and you have all the information about this course. Notice that during week 1, this is week 1 right now, this is the orientation, and our very first class is going to be on Friday, right here. See, Friday this week is going to be online, and the whole class is going to be participating. Normally we'll have two theory classes, one in person, and it is on Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and the other class, and the whole class participates, all sections. And then the other one is going to be on Friday, and it is going to be online. The online information for our online classes is going to be posted in the announcements. So if we go to the main class portal, I will post those online classes in the announcements right here with the links, and we are doing it in Zoom. Other classes, I don't know how they're doing it, but we are doing our through Zoom, and the links are going to be posted right here. Okay, so let's go back to that content, student items, and housekeeping right here. Sections. You need to know which sections you belong to. So if you click on this, you are going to have the list of sections. I'm going to zoom it in. And your names. So you're going to find your name, and you're going to find out which section you belong to. We have 4 sections, so I made it easy for you. Right? I'm going to go back. So also, what is very important, it's the lab timetable. In this, within those 3 items in the housekeeping sections. So if you click on the lab timetable, you're going to get some sort of form of calendar-like document. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up, make it bigger. Now, once you find out which section you belong to, you're going to look at this lab calendar, and you're going to look up your section. So section 1 and section 2, I'm doing the labs, I'm the instructor, and Mr. Cunningham is doing sections 3 and sections 4. So what you need to do is find out what your section is, and then go down until, let's say it's section 1. You're going to go down until you are going to see an entry. So section 1, your first lab, is going to be on Wednesday, January 18, from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Right? Section 2, well, your first lab is going to be on Wednesday, January 11, from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. and so on. Okay. I'm going to post this video on our YouTube playlist, and I'm going to place the link to our YouTube playlist in the announcements section of our class portal as well. So that list is going to keep populating as we go along. So this is the lab timetable. Okay. Now, over here on the top, we need some PPE, personal protective equipment. We need a Class E hard hat, and I'm sure Mr. Hamilton is going to explain to you what Class E hard hat is. I also put face mask if required. Who knows how things are going to evolve as far as the school year goes along. At this time, we don't require the face mask, but that can change anytime. Green tag and orange tag, safety footwear, safety boots, and CSA approved glasses. And we're going to need some tools as well. Let me talk about your boots for a sec here. I'm going to bring up this thing here. Now, no, that's not the one. Where is my boots? Here. There we go. Alright, so we need a green tag and orange tag boots. Let me talk to you about the green tag. The green tag is sometimes it is here at the front and sometimes it's on the side. We need to have that green tag. Okay? And we'll talk more about the details of what that is. This is not a lecture. I'm just telling you what you need. I'm just letting you know what you need to get. And you also need an orange tag. That's what it looks like, and it's going to be somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere. It's gotta be there. All right. Now, sometimes you're going to hear that you need the safety boots that are steel-toed and heel, or also what's also pretty good is the carbon fiber instead of steel. Carbon fiber or steel, as long as you're going to have the green tag like that looks like this, and the orange tag that looks like this. That's what we need. If you don't have those boots, we are not allowed to let you in the lab room, which is T1023. And it's not like okay, I have purchased my boots but they're not here yet, I promise I'll have them next time. I'm sorry, we are not allowed to let you in the room if you don't have these boots. Safety glasses, we need also safety glasses, CSA approved safety glasses, and I would recommend that you're going to get something that's called Class 1B spectacles. Spectacles is just another name for glasses. All right. Now, what does that protect you against? All right. We're going to. Well, here's a note. The note says this table cannot cover all possible hazards and combinations that may occur. Now, what's most likely that we're going to be dealing with, see that Class B spectacles, it protects you against soldering hazards that have to do with soldering. Okay. Now, in our class, the lab, the electrical lab, you could have any one of those. Well, you're not going to have any stones crashing, but sometimes there are people grinding, people welding, so that it's a busy room. So Class 1B spectacles or glasses, CSA approved. Okay. Also, we are not allowed to let you in if you do not have your safety glasses. It's a hard rule. We can't just let you in. All right. So that we're going to talk about more detail in detail a little bit more when we have the lecture later on. But that's what as far as the safety glasses. Now, Class E hard hat. Well, Mr. Hamilton, maybe you could explain what Class E hard hat is. I just don't want to take too much of your time here because there are other professors that are going to speak about their courses. Alright, so now also as far as tools, and you're going to, Mr. Hamilton also is going to explain the tool kits. However, I'm just going to tell you what we need for the first lab. So let's just see here. Our first lab, what we need is the cable strippers, needle nose pliers, basic screwdriver set, and wire cutters, or wire cutter, sometimes they're called side cutters. Now this piece of cable and the duplex receptacle will be provided for you. The lab is already posted. You can print that, you can go over that, and you can go over the evaluation rubric, and they are well, it's a step-by-step thing, and of course we are going to guide you through that. All right, now tools. As far as tools, where is my tools section here? All right, we're also going to talk about the tools in greater detail during our lecture, but I will tell you, if you don't have the kit yet, and if you need to borrow your tools from your friend, your dad, your uncle, excuse me, this is what we need for this course. The toolkit has a little bit more, but you're going to need that later on. However, for this course, Safety 1051, we're going to need a square or Robertson screwdriver, number one, which is green Robertson. I just put those little check marks of the tools that we need. So green Robertson and red Robertson. Robertson number one, Robertson number two. These are the two screwdrivers that you're going to need, you're going to use a lot in our class. Also, we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver, excuse me, and the Phillips, we're going to use number one, number two, and number three Phillips screwdriver. And of course, this is what Phillips footprint or screw head looks like. Okay, and on top of that, what we need a slotted screwdriver. Notice that I'm not saying here's your first lecture. I'm not I'm not calling it a flathead, because this is what flathead screw oops looks like. Right here. This is what flathead screw right here. This is what flathead screw head looks like. This is a slotted screwdriver. So we will need two of those in order for you to be comfortable in our lab. The 3/16 inch and 1/4 inch, and this is the size of the shaft right here. Size of the head. Okay. Now, wire cutters. Now, what the wire cutters in other kits for other subjects, you have those miniature side cutters or wire cutters that are not going to be very useful. Those are not going to be very useful in our class. You need the full size, so-called power grip side cutters. The regular size, the normal size, it's called power grip. Okay, so that is going to be, this is what you need. You're going to also need the wire strippers that are capable of 14 gauge. And 14 gauge, we'll talk about gauges as well. But over there are some numbers printed on the grooves. You need to have one that, I wonder if I can just go zoom in a little bit. Can we see those? I can barely see those numbers printed. You need ones that say 14 gauge at least. Okay. If you have a bigger number, that means there is for a bigger number for the wire gauge, in other words, wire thickness, you need that means the wire is thinner. The bigger the number, the thinner the wire. And if you don't have ones that say gauge 14 included there, gauge 14 solid and stranded, you are not going to be able to use those wire strippers in our class. On top of that, we need tape measure. You're going to need tape measure. You're going to need a permanent marker. You're going to need some sort of a hammer. Claw hammer is the best one, and I have included the miniature hammer, which is good for what we're going to be working with. Now, also, digital level, I have included that this is optional. You don't need to have that, but I suggest that it's very useful, especially when we start learning about the pipe bending or conduit bending. So I just put optional, but very useful. It is not part of the kit. It's about $40 on Amazon. Okay. Um, all right, so this is as far as the tools, and I think that's pretty much it as far as lectures, lectures. I have them right here. There you go. Did I talk about it or not? Our first lecture is going to be online this coming Friday. I think I talked about it already. And then it's going to be the whole class, and we're going to talk about more details when it comes to us and our class. All right, there you go. It rhymed. All right, that's pretty much it. What I needed to say. Welcome again, and we're going to have a good time. Well, not too much of a good time. We're going to have a good time working. Right, cool. Let me see. Where's my face? Here's my pretty face. All right. Thank you, guys. Mr. Hamilton, please take over.